Hey everybody, I'm doing a quick reaction and update from asmondgold TV. He did a post regarding LA is at its breaking point, and Trump has decided to send in the United States Marines because these foolish fools decided that they want to start looting too. Tell me, how exactly does stealing a pair of sneakers and stealing other crap have anything to do with a protest? No, thugs will be thugs. Criminals will be criminals. And obviously, because of Governor Newsom, his state is filled with them. And I'm not saying everybody in LA, because I'm sure there are very nice people, hardworking people who sadly got caught up in this nonsense. Yeah. I want to play something for y'all. I just got to back it up a little bit because this young person, this young man, I don't know how old he is. I'd say about 28, 29, 30, I don't know. Anyway, point is, that doesn't matter. Point is that I call him a young man because I'm 52. Anyway, point is I want you to hear what he says. And shout out to asmondgold TV.
During these damn ice riots, I'ma send 2,000 National Guard members to come get on that ass. Hopefully you'll be old scum afterwards. Why are you acting like ICE just up and decided to deport people? Donald Trump won the presidency, and not only that, he told y'all what he was gonna do. He even gave illegals the option to self-deport and get a check if you didn't do that shit. Shame on you.
That's your
I'm
fault.
genuinely trying to think of the thought process here. Do you think causing chaos, committing more crimes is gonna keep you in the country?
You
Surely.
see that one dude
Surely
circling
it
around
will.
that burning car on the motorcycle waving the Mexican flag? Nigga, what does that do for your case? Send him right now. Like, how does that fucking...
I always wonder, like, that's a good point. Like, how does this really help anybody? Like, does this look good? Does anybody watch this and think, oh, yeah, you know what? I actually think these people are in the right.
Yeah, no.
help you? You're a fucking arsonist. Also, ICE isn't deporting U.S. citizens. ICE is deporting illegal. Why are we acting like ICE is the problem here and not the people who, I don't know, didn't get their citizenship? Didn't get a visa to pull up? They just crawled through the desert or snuck through like a goddamn criminal. ICE is simply a form of accountability for every illegal that decided to come into America illegally.
What a surprise.
And I'm saying I want to say something about that because he is 110% correct in that assumption. Because y'all are out there, you guys aren't protesting because you want to protest, because you believe in what you're protesting. Most of you people are out there protesting because you want to cause violence in the streets. And you want to steal stuff that you don't want to spend your money on, I guess. Or what, you didn't get your check this week because only criminals and riffraff loot, in my opinion. You guys are destroying your own state. And for what reason? To protect people who do not need your protection. Most of them probably would not give a flip about you. And the fact that these riots took place right after they did a massive sweep. And you want to know the type of people I've been putting on my videos? I put them on my videos before. The type of people you're protecting are the type of people that there were, I don't know, 8 child predators. That doesn't count all the ones they didn't catch. All these criminals, like 432 major crimes. We're not talking little misdemeanors. We're talking like traffic stops. We're talking major crime that these people have committed. 432. And these are the people you're protecting. Disgusting. So you know what? Donald Trump has decided to send in the Marines. Let's see if they shut it down, because I bet they will. And you know what? needs to happen. Every protester that was there that is not legally in this country needs to go, needs to be deported immediately. Democratic leaders, you stink. You really do. You're so worried about Donald Trump and your TDS that you're allowing this nonsense. No other country, this country is a laughingstock. You have made it a laughingstock. I will never vote Democratic again. I will either vote Republican or independent when I exercise my right to vote, because the Democratic Party right now is a massive joke. You got Newsom, who is so busy picking on people that he can't do his job at all. Okay, there's one. You got Mayor Bass there, who decides to say nothing's happening, everything's peaceful. Meanwhile, there's cars on fire and fights breaking out and looting going on, but all is good in her eyes. Now, then you got all this craziness going on. And like I said last night, a bunch of people waving every other flag but the United States flag. You hate America so bad, you don't like the president so much, bye, bye, bye. Get to skipping, Skippy. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I don't know what to tell you other than that. Because this is nonsense. Our president seriously needs to get in there and do something and really step up and stop these riots. And every single person that's at that riot needs to be tracked down and arrested and charged with as much as you can charge with them with. Set an example. And as for the New Yorkers who are protesting, don't stop. Don't you start. New Yorkers, you should know we don't protect child. And this isn't alleged, man. Look up on the back. It was on the news. Check out my last video. I played it on. It was on a news clip I saw that on. There were 8 convicted child predators that New Yorkers are protesting for. Is that the person you want to save? Look at the news clips other than CNN and ABC, and you might get a clue. But trust me, these are not people that we want to be protecting. And I'm not saying every illegal immigrant that came across the border illegally is a criminal. Well, they are, because they came across the border illegally. And I hate to tell you folks, you can go, oh, but that's not a crime. It is. It is a crime. You want to know why it's a crime? Because if you did it in any other country, you'd be thrown in jail. Some countries won't even do that process. There was a thing on a news clip that I saw about the border protection in other countries. It was like a docu-series. I don't know the name of it, but if you look up border control or something, I'm sure it'll pop up. But that's insane. There was one country, they meet you at the border, let's put it that way, and you're not crossing their border. I think it was like Saudi Arabia or something. I don't know. It was one of those ones with really tight, really strict border laws. So you're telling me that every other country, that there's not one that has a sanctuary city. In every other country, they have much stricter border control policies. But we do it. We get riots on our street from the idiots out there. And make no mistake, the people that are protesting and causing chaos in LA, they're either illegal or criminals. And they're just using the protest as a means to do their criminal activity. It's that simple. And I sincerely hope that doesn't happen by where I live. Because then I'll move quicker than anything. I'll throw my dogs in the car, my kid, my husband, and go and say, screw New York once for all. Because, yeah, I'm not down with that. You don't protect those type of people. Not the people I saw that got swept up in the last raid. And you want to know the sad part about all of this? If the sanctuary city nonsense was finally done, and places that are sanctuary cities stop protecting criminals, only criminals would be going, or being kidnapped, as people like to call it for some reason. Being detained for committing a crime is not being kidnapped. Just an FYI. Just saying. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you after. I have a splitting headache, so I'm going to take some ibuprofen and call it early night, I think. Because I've been fighting this cold, and the cold, I think, is winning. But, plus all the stress of everything that's going on in this country and throughout the world. Because we're this close to a nuclear war. This close. Because of Iran and their nonsensical behavior. But y'all just keep worrying about LA and that dumpster fire. And I say that because Governor Newsom, I'm sorry, you're so busy with your Trump derangement syndrome that you can't realize that like every 6 months your city's just chaotic. It seems like. I mean, grant you, the LA fires were not technically, but come on, dude. What the hell? You are completely not doing anything for your communities. Quite obviously. Which means you are not doing your job. So Donald Trump had to send in the military. And I'm not saying this again, but don't be silly. This is silliness. Think about it. You're like, on what authority does he have to do that? He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So he has every right to do that. He's not overstepping anything. He could do an executive order like that and send in as many troops as he wants. He's the president of the United States of America. He is the commander-in-chief of our armed forces. Do you know what that title means? It means he's the boss. Duh. So, on what authority does he have? That authority. And you're right, technically the Marines can't fight or do maneuvers, I guess. I don't know what the word would be without that executive order. But they can show up and they could be ready and they can lend helping hands to support the National Guard. And then if stuff doesn't calm down, then he'll do the executive order. So you probably have about 1.2 seconds, or days rather, to make sure that stuff calms down in your state. Otherwise, he will deploy the United States Marines, and you'll see the full force of the military and on what authority he has, because he is the commander-in-chief. This is what you guys are so busy with your Trump derangement syndrome that our country is falling apart. A house divided falls, remember? And guess what? Democrats absolutely refuse to do anything in conjunction with helping the president, the current administration. So you guys don't want to do your jobs, and you're so busy wanting to fight them. Every single Democratic leader needs to turn in their job title and quit, because you're not doing your jobs, because you're so busy trying to be a TDA, which is Trump derangement syndrome, TDS rather. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You have TDS to the extreme, every Democratic leader. You lost the election, deal with it. Pull up your big boy pull-ups and deal with it. And work with the current administration. Just like Newsom, instead of working with Trump to bring his city under control, he wants to fight him on every turn. Why? Because he's a nimwit. He's a dimwit. Any law, any leader, Democratic or Republican, I don't care what your title is. If you're a leader, an elected leader, and the President of the United States needs to work with you on something, you do so. Otherwise, you turn in your job title and you step down. It's that simple. If you're not willing, Mr. Newsom, to work with the President of the United States, you don't own California just because you were elected into office. You still work for the American people. And you still serve the American people. And if you're not willing to serve the American people by working with the president that they elected, then you no longer should be governor of California, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, for whatever it's worth. But, that being said, I'll check you guys later. And remember, God loves you, so do I. Don't forget, like and subscribe for more fun. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.